eyes on me. All eyes on me.
What's going on my YouTube rail? You might be able to hear me loud and clearly for once. I finally decided to get a mic upgrade. I hear so much about how bad my audio portions are of my vlog that people don't subscribe. So, boom, let's take care of those guys. And down the road, we're going to take care of the video quality and production guys. So I get back to Ocean's 11 the second time. A couple days ago, it was great to me. We spent all day down in San Diego at the zoo. And I was kind of wore out, but still showed up anyways because I was excited to put in more work in California. The first 2 hours were folding. I got a lot of blackjack hands, some 9-2s, 8-3s, 7-4s, just a lot of folding. So of course I got to show you the first premium hand of the evening. Pocket aces in the hijack. The guy to my right raises to $20. I 3-bet to $60. The button called $60. The small blind folded and the big blind folded, and the low jack called $60. We see a king 6-3 rainbow flop. The original raiser checks to me. I bet out little large bet 125. The button folded and the original raiser folded. We finally take a pot down, first one of the night. And just like the last session, this session turns into the 5-5 $10 straddle. I have ace jack in the small blind. The under the gun straddle's $10, plus 1 raised to $50. I decide to put in the call. The big blind folded, and under the gun folded. We see a king queen 6 2-heart flop. I check it to the aggressor, and he checks back. The 10 of diamonds turn gives me the straight. I decide to check to see if he'll delay c-bet. He does. He bets out $60. I think if I were to raise here, my hand would be pretty much narrowed down to ace jack. You know, what else am I going to show up with all of a sudden raising him on this turn? So I just call $60, hoping for no heart river. The river's a blank, 2 of clubs. Now I want to bet an amount that he'll call. Since his bet was 60, I go with the small bet of 100, which is just under half pot. He thinks about it for a while, makes the call, and I take down that pot. Panda. So we finally get called for the main game. It's also 5-5 with the $10 straddle. And I get the same, a whole lot of nothing for the first hour. Just listening to the locals talk, making small talk. And at my under the gun straddle, I get pocket queens. Folds all the way around. The small blind called $10 and the big blind called $10. I make a passive little raise to $35, throwing in a green chip, to which they both call $25. They do not like to fold in California. The flop comes 10-3-6 with 2 diamonds. They both check. I make a just over half pot bet of $65, kind of expecting to take it down. The small blind folded, and the big blind called $65. The turn's the 6 of hearts. He checks again. I continue with a little larger than half size bet of $125. He thinks for a little while and raises to $375, 3xing my bet. There's alarm bells going off. One, he's telling me he has a 6. The longer I sit there and think about it, and some of the conversations I've heard him have and some of the small talk he made with me, I believe he thinks I'm weak and would fold a big pair to this bet. So I talk myself into a call. I was thinking about shoving over him at this point, putting him on a diamond draw. But like I said, I just make the call. And the river's the 10 of clubs, to which he pushes out. Oh yeah, he was the chip leader at the table, by the way. And when the 10 of clubs comes out, he thinks for a little bit and pushes out a 20 stack of whites, which is $2,000. I have about $675 behind, so it's only a $675 bet for him. I think forever. I don't put him on a 10. You guys know how I am. I put him on single hands more than anything. I thought he had a flush draw. I think he missed his flush draw, and he's just throwing chips out there to try to get me to fold. I don't think he had a 10. I was worried about the 6 on the turn, but I don't know if he'd make this kind of bet for that. I ask him for a count, trying to get a reaction, and he stays super quiet. He was a talkative guy, and of course he seemed like a really good player. Everyone knew him. I began to think that he was trying to be quiet, as if he was trying to act weak to throw me off. Oh, long story short, I think he's bluffing me. I think he has a flush draw, and he missed it. He thinks I'm weak. I make the call and flip over my queens right away, as I do, and he shows the 5-6 for the boat. No flush draw today. Queens are no good. Losing feels bad, man. Alright guys, sorry it's so dark. Just got back to where we're staying. 2:30 in the morning. I've had some time to think. When I first left the casino, I'm thinking, I put him on that draw, sensing my weakness, and I made the right call for what I felt at the time. So it is what it is, and I lost. But now, thinking about it, the way the hand went down, I could have checked back the turn. I don't know. With the flush draw, I don't know if I could have. But I'm getting like an ulcer over it now, The pain is really settling in. That grand is a big deal for a 1-2, 1-3 grinder like myself. But overall, I think I learned a lot. I don't think I played my best poker this week. To come out a couple $100 ahead is amazing to me. The 5-5 experience was terrific for me. Seeing bets and the way things were played, I think is going to transition and help me a lot in my 1-2, 1-3 game. It's a lot to think about, guys. Five vlog session win streak came to an end. Now we're on a 1 losing streak. Let's go in, have a beer, wake up, fly back to Indiana, see my pets, spend a quality Sunday with my family. Appreciate you guys, as always, for watching. This week wouldn't have been this good. I wouldn't have made some of the plays I made if it wasn't for you guys commenting to me. Always being on my rail, giving me the thumbs up. Keep subscribing, stay with me. Vloggers game is going to be soon after this vlog's released. Oh, it's tough, guys.
Don't pass out.